Hello and welcome to game number 2 of Empire versus Virtus.pro in the StarLadder LAN finals, live from Kiev. Though, unfortunately, I am not live from Kiev. I am just in the comfort of my home, though, you know, I wish I was in Kiev. Doesn't matter, we can take it. We can see Empire versus Virtus.pro and pretend that we're there, pretend that we can watch this live, even though this game is not being played on stage, unfortunately, for the teams. We're gonna have game number 2, as I said. Game number 1 was very convincing for Empire, as they proved once again why they are considered one of the favorites of this tournament. And things that I haven't done yet, or at least not as much. On the side you see, of course, the teams, both of the teams. And the heroes that are listed there, I've seen the question in the chat before, it's actually their signature heroes, or the heroes that are considered their signature heroes. So we have got, look at that, this is instantly what you see. We saw it in their previous game as well. Virtus.pro, they realized that they're up against one of Empire's most stronger players is Funnick. Check out the signature heroes listed for Funnick, and now check out the heroes that are banned out by Virtus.pro. That's right, banning out against Funnick as they pick up the Batrider as their first pick. With the Lifestealer being banned out by Empire, of course, that is also a signature hero. That's going to be the one that you see on the side, with also Undying being banned out by Empire. And one sure thing that I also want to show you is the last couple of drafts of both teams. For Empire, we see that they ban the Nyx Assassin every single time. Now in the previous game they didn't ban it out, but they were able to pick it up. So we're gonna see if they're gonna try that again, as we have a lot of Bounty Hunters and Lone Druids also banning out that against teams, as well as the Brood Mother. And for Virtus.pro, it's gonna be a bit of everything for them. I mean, the bans, we have the Magnus and the Batrider making a returning entry, but apart from that, they play different strategies a lot, though, as Gods also said, Bounty Hunter Luna strategy is very common for them to have, though right now it's actually still possible, having said that, because Bounty Hunter is still in the pool. Let's switch back to the draft, though, because we do see the Magnus being picked up there by Empire, together with that Darkseer Vacuum into Reverse Polarity, possibility for them, as of course we saw the Magnus playing on Virtus.pro side in the previous game. And
Radiant team pick.
They weren't able to win with that. I know, right? We have, of course, had a lot of Magnuses that were on the winning side. He has got a slight nerf in the latest patch. And if it's that, or other factors, people just working their way around him right now that are causing him not to be as big of a factor anymore. I mean, he's still being picked up as one of the earlier heroes every single time, or banned out. But he's not on the winning side anymore. At least not always. We have seen him lose today. A lot, actually. As we have the Bounty Hunter being picked up together with the Shadow Demon. So the start is there for a possible tri-lane for Virtus.pro, with the Shadow Demon being there, with Batrider taking on the mid lane, Bounty Hunter on the off lane, and Shadow Demon, of course, like I just said, with the tri-lane for Team Empire. I mean, we've got the Darkseer as well as the Magnus. Now, we've seen them in the previous game having the Darkseer on the off lane. Magnus can be taking on the solo lane. Mid, with the Jakiro now being picked up. A Jakiro, a hero that we've seen ignored even for an entire game earlier today of Na'Vi versus Fnatic. We've seen him being banned out a couple of times, but he hasn't had that impact anymore as he used to have. And that's mostly because his impact is early game. It is Jakiro's Ice Path that gives gave 100 damage every single time early game, which made him one of the more favorable heroes. He is still very strong. Don't get me wrong. He is super strong mid game and late game still, with that Ice Path and the Macropyre and the Dual Breath. And he can still be a game changer, especially if you combine that up with the Magnus, with the Vacuum from the Darkseer. But he hasn't been that many of a favorite anymore. And if you're wondering what exactly changed, well, his Ice Path actually does 25 damage rather than 100 damage at level 1, and then works his way up to 100 damage. Wow, English, I know. We've got the Enigma being banned out by Virtus.pro. We still have, of course, Empire. In theory, they can go with the dual lane. Jakiro is one of those supports that can be used as a dual lane, also tri lane. Basically, yeah, anything that you want. We've even seen it in a solo mid, so that's all still possible. But yeah, they don't want to be facing up against an Enigma, just in case Empire wants to go for that. for the jungle hero. Personally, I like to see Empire going for an aggressive tri lane, but you heard that from previous game from me as well. I mean, I just like aggressive tri lanes. It's that simple. We have the Luna being banned out by Empire. They know what Virtus.pro is strong at. They know that the Luna can be one of those factors that you can't really stop that much, as they of course played it themselves in the previous game, and they don't want to face it. With the Gyrocopter now being banned out by Virtus.pro, and we're gonna see the last or second last banning coming from Empire, as well, we're probably gonna have more carries being banned out together with that Luna. With of course the Faces Void still in for now, with Sven and the Chaos Knight both still in as well. Both heroes that we have seen together with the Shadow Demon. To be fair, what haven't we seen together with the Shadow Demon, right? Shadow Demon is one of those heroes that can set up a lot of stuns with the disruption. Be that a Light Strike Array, as we saw in the previous game, even though it wasn't a disruption, it was an Astral Imprisonment, basically kind of the same, in a way. No Astral Imprisonment actually this game, as Empire doesn't want to face that again. That's gonna be banned out of Obsidian Destroyer. But of course, I mean, Light Strike Array, Split Earth, even the StarLadder stun. Kunkka's Torrent. I'm not expecting a Kunkka to be picked up though, but you know, those kind of things can all be set up together with the Shadow Demon. And I mean, you know, you say like, okay, but StarLadder stun is instant. Yes, but it's a melee hero. A Shadow Demon can initiate that way that you can just take your time to walk up to the target and then crush the moment he comes out. No audio in Dota TV. That is not good. I will try to open them close, and it seems like I just do it on and off, and then it should be on again. Hopefully it will work this time in 2 minutes time.
5 seconds
I hope that it will be fixed, as we're gonna see the last ban incoming from Virtus.pro. They have banned out the Gyrocopter, and now they ban out the Rubik, a hero that we saw in the previous game, made a good factor on that dual lane, and we're gonna see that being taken out of the picture here. As we still have, I mean, if Empire wants to go for a tri lane, I mean, Jakiro is already there. A Rubik would have been nice, but there's still a lot of other heroes that could help out. I mean, Leshrac could help out, a Lina even. Basically any support that you can think of. And yeah, Wisp is unfortunately already out of the picture. And I will just fix in 2 mins. 2 mins, I hope. Let me know in 2. There we go. As we have the Anti-Mage actually being banned out. Now, we have seen the Anti-Mage today. We have seen the Anti-Mage being played today by Fnatic. Didn't really work out the way it was supposed to, but interesting that Empire actually bans it out, because Virtus.pro hasn't played a Anti-Mage in a while. For people that want the brackets, I can give it to you. Here we go. That's actually the bracket. So even though today's game is no longer in there, we're waiting for the next ban. So I'll put it back in a second. But just so you know, Navi versus Fnatic was this afternoon, and it was Empire versus Virtus.pro that is right now. So this is the brackets. And if you want to check those out for yourself, you can go to dota2.starladder.tv. There you go. Nature's Prophet is going to be picked up here by Virtus.pro. I like that pickup. Means that we're going to see a dual lane coming up from them. Nature's Prophet probably going to be in the jungle with the Sven still picked up, but it's going to be on Empire's team and not in the team of Virtus.pro. I like it. I like it a lot with the Jakiro Sven combination. Of course, Sven Stormhammer starting off with Ice Path over the top. No chance of missing for that one, as Weaver is going to be picked up there by Virtus.pro. Now I have to say Weaver is a nice hero to have, but the thing is, if he wants to be able to cast his time lapse, which is, I mean, he wants to, because there's a lot of burst damage coming up from Empire, but he has to be able to survive that initial burst. Burst. Wow. Initial burst. Wow. I know, English, right?
10 seconds remaining.
But you have to be able to survive the initial burst, and that's a lot. Like, imagine Magnus reverse polarity, Sven stun, Ice Path, Macropyre. I don't think that Weaver can live through that. No chance for him, as we actually have, I mean, there has been a slight change to the Weaver, I believe. It's actually his Shikushi damage that's been increased by quite a bit, actually. Level 1 is still the same, level 2 is slightly higher, level 3 even more so higher, and level 4 is actually 30 damage higher than it normally was. Wow. It's been such a long time since I've seen a Spectre in a competitive match. This is gonna be very interesting. And now we see that it's Silence playing the Sven. So it's gonna be a support Sven. Hello, interesting game. This is gonna be fun. Spectre, the reason she has not been picked up, I mean she was picked up a lot, about half a year ago, 9 months. She has been buffed, as the chat says. Indeed, the hunt has been buffed, as you no longer have to wait until the end of the hunt to switch to your illusion. Your targeted illusion will still be changed if you switch, but it doesn't end straight away when you do that. But the reason Spectre stopped being picked up was not that. It was because she is a carry that needs a lot of time to be big, and she needs to be big. She needs her farm. Now, if she's gonna get the chance to get that farm, that will depend on Virtus.pro. Though it should be a bit of a 4+1 strategy right here, and Empire can do that. We saw that in the previous game. They were able to land a 4+1 strategy just fine, with Blow Your Brain just farming on the sidelines on his Luna, and with the rest of his team just taking on Virtus.pro with 4. But are they able to do the same thing this time? Is gonna be the question. As oh my god, she got changed in her looks, or at least I haven't seen her in a while, and I like that. I like the way the blade looks for sure. The blade wasn't as clear earlier, but it looks nice. It looks nice and neat. So let's see who is going to be playing what. We have got, as I said, Silent playing the Sven, so he's going to be a support. Already picked up his wards. In the mid lane, we'll have Scandal playing the Magnus, going for a fast battle by the looks of it. We'll have Funnick playing his Darkseer again, of course, as Fog said in the previous game. One of the most dangerous players to face, no matter which hero he's on. Well, he didn't say in those words, but he meant that. Blow Your Brain gonna be playing the Spectre with another support, last one. Goblak gonna be playing his Jakiro. And we jump ourselves over to Virtus.pro, where we see Santa again on his bounty hunter, preparing for battle. Actually got pulled a bit by his teammates, able to pick up a poor man's shield. We're gonna have Crazy playing the Pet Rider. He's also going for a fast battle, so going for that mid lane, as we have NS playing the Shadow Demon. Going for some wards, and it looks like Airman will be playing the Weaver on the bottom lane. Might be playing it by himself. We got KSI in the meantime. Going to be playing the Native Prophet, and he is already making some treants. We're gonna see where he's gonna go. If he's gonna go to his own jungle or to his enemy's jungle, as he's actually not got no gold whatsoever. So I'm quite curious to see what he wants to pick up as a first one there. As we might see him wait until the 30-second mark before he goes somewhere.
The battle
perhaps
begins.
We'll find out. His gold is ticking. Nah, he just wants to buy something. Picks up some clarities, so looks to be going into the jungle indeed. As we're already gonna have a very aggressive ward being placed here by Empire, so this is gonna be ganking team 1-on-1. I'm quite excited to see what they can do with those two. I mean, you have an Ice Path and a Sun to start to try and get a first blood going. A Scandal is gonna have a tough time here, as and that's gonna stick around. No, it looks like he's just passing through. So here's Z versus Scandal, though. It will be a tough time, and it's actually Scandal that picks up a magic stick the moment he realizes he's up against Crazy. So having that secure, but yeah, the sticky napalm will be very annoying. Look at that turn rate; it's just so slow. As we have got a Nest finding Funnick in the jungle. Funnick will be slightly blocked. I don't think he realized that though. Eats a tango, and oh, now he sees him because Nest just showed himself. Iron Shell, we throw out some harassment, but the disruption will help out. Let's see if we can do something more. Oh, looks to be it. Looks to be it indeed. As we have got Airman, of course, farming in the meantime. Funnick still going for a Nest though. Just forcing him away. Now I have to say, Airman is, of course, I mean, Weaver is considered a ranged hero, but the Iron Shell, I mean, he's not that long range, so he might be able to get some harassment done with the Iron Shell. Funnick, that is. We're gonna see how that's gonna go, as we have got Santa being very careful here. He has to be. I mean, he just has to be. There are sentry wards up on Silent. He still has two. They realize he's here. They just need to place them, just need to go on him, but it looks like, oh, there he goes, actually. First time that Santa's gonna show his face now. Might be the end of him, as Silent actually goes back towards the creeps and continue to get the experience from the neutrals that are gonna drop here, perhaps. If he can, as it is a Gloves of Haste that's already up there for KSI, so that's gonna be the first item for Prophet. That's gonna be his Hand of Midas being done fairly soon, or at least that's what he's hoping for. As we've got Santa, of course. I mean, I think he realized that there are sentry wards there. Depends on if you saw the inventory of Silent. I mean, if someone plays the ward, you can see that. You can see the ground being disrupted, so to speak, as we have got NS. Oh, that iron shell is just so painful. It's funny. Does he want to dive this? Looks like he might. He has got a surge. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for the right opportunity. He already put up his iron shell. He has got a surge still ready if he wants to, but it doesn't look like he can get it though. Just gonna continue on with this harassment. As well, if there's any place where there's gonna be a first blood, I would expect it to be either top, where Santa is trying to stay alive in this pool of enemy heroes, or if Funnick is gonna be overextending and either die or get a kill, like maybe even both, depending on which order it's gonna be in. But we're gonna be finding out. As we could also see first blood, of course, when Nature's Prophet decides to come out of that jungle. But we'll find out. As Scandal's got level 4 up right now and is having his bottle being brought to him with Courier. Flame Break going through. Firefly as well. Skewer up into tower range though. Can he get it? Scandal taking a lot of damage, and that's gonna be the first blood. Scandal picking up crazy right now. And that is gonna be his bottle being brought to him at exactly the right time. He's gonna have to send it back though. It's empty once more, unless he's gonna get lucky with that 4-minute rune. Looks like he went to, as Funnick still goes down on the bottom lane. He actually went down to the Disruption Soul Catcher combination, and Nature's Prophet helping out with his Treants. Doesn't look like Airman had that much to do in it. I mean, he might have thrown some last hits there, as he did get an assist for that, but that was a kill for a kill across the map, with Favor going towards Virtus.pro. Sorry, towards Empire. Scandal picking up the first blood money. This is interesting. The courier comes here, but he doesn't bring a doesn't take the bottle with him. The 4-minute rune is gonna be picked up by Santa, so also not gonna be picked up by Scandal. He's gonna run in right into Santa. This is not good for him, and he might actually go down. There comes KSI coming in, Sprout up, and that should be a kill indeed. Seriously, getting revenge with those sticky napalm sacks up, doing the works and getting actually the gold up for that one, as the illusion rune actually still gets picked off by Silent. Flame Break still going through. Silent gonna get chased down by CRZ. CRZ got boots, well Silent doesn't. This is gonna be trouble. He still has his Warcry though if he wants to, an Ice Bat there to help out, but CRZ just gonna come in from the side. He's actually way over his head and will be dropping here, as it is actually Silent that will still drop there from Santa, or will he? Will there be any slows? Need more speed. Ice Bat! Silent, he can still land a stun soon. He popped the Clarity, wants to go for him. Sentry being chased, put down as well. And that was, by the way, it was Blow Your Brain that picked up the kill there on the Bad Rider, so that's a good farm for him. And he is, like I said at the start, he is one of those heroes that needs to be there. Needs to be there for, or needs to be there. He's one of those heroes that needs to be there for kills, as well as just get that gold, get that experience, because he needs to get a good start and just farm. So far so good, right? He's got 29 last hits. He is doing best on the list together with his teammate Scandal on the Magnus. So is doing just fine. Flame Break up on Scandal. It's actually harassing seriously more than it harasses Scandal. There's still one bottle charge up on him. One bottle charge also up on the Bat Rider, who can use it and can send the courier back if he wants to. Scandal though thinking about going in, scoring forward. Can he do something? He can at least take care of the creep wave. Still gets a stack of sticky napalm up on him, but will be able to get away from that situation. As we've got an S in the meantime, he picked up some wards, just continuously being the good support. Of course, it is now 6 minutes into the game, so all of the wards will have disappeared by now, as we already have the, or this is actually some late placed wards that are still there. I like this. Even though that's I'm not gonna use TP in here from the Nature's Prophet, or thinking about it. Funny gonna be able to get away from that one though. And the TP actually got cancelled by KSI, who, well, he almost has his Hand of Midas. So in the meantime, Airman, I mean, he's been having free farm, right? He's been doing good. He's got an assist. I'm quite surprised to see that Airman, even though he's been getting free farm in the Darkseer, hasn't been able to do that much to him. He's actually on 26 for 19, which is quite a bit lower than the free farming Spectre and the free farming, well, not really free farming, the middle Scandal. Scandal is actually doing really well on this lane. 37 for 3, with Bad Rider on 30 for 2, so it's not doing that bad. Now also has the lasso. Won't be able to go for a solo kill, as we already discussed earlier. He can't attack anymore during his last two, but that's also why he probably is going to be getting some help when they think they can go for something. As Silent just came around to say hi. He has got that stun ready. Let's see if they want to do something. It's nighttime, so he can stand there quite securely, place the ward, now walks away again. So we have got Santa, level 6. So we might have some track kills soon if he's going to choose to leave the lane. For now, he's going to be getting some experience as Blowy Rain continuing to farm. He's got himself some phase boots. And we're going to see him continue to farm for a while longer. As, well, I mean, he can be compared to Weaver in a way. I mean, Weaver and Spectre have got a bit of the same MO in terms of what items they kind of want. They want to get a Radiance. Both of those heroes want one of those. And they need that farm. They need that good early start. And they're giving it to both. Curious to see how that's going to go later on. And so, of course, the main thing is, the thing that you can do against a Weaver is burst him down, because he will time-lapse if he gets the chance. Unless you can burst him down. And that's gonna be his job basically. To not get bursted down, that is, to make sure that he is safe. Get a Linken's perhaps also, rather than a Radiance. For Spectre, I mean, you can't really burst her down that much, because she has got the feedback, so she will be able to attack you back, even though she doesn't do anything. And she's a pretty tough hero to kill later on as well. So, in that sense, I do think that the Weaver is kind of weaker in terms of very, very late game than the Spectre, but we'll find out soon enough, as we have got Funnick in the meantime. He's deciding to come back towards the bottom lane. He's level 7. He's got 25 last hits, not doing bad. He's actually on par with the Bounty Hunter, who he's of course farming against. He's going to be taking the creeps here from the Nature's Prophet, who's going to be TPing out of that one towards his base, or pretending to. Thinking about going in. CRZ is here as well. They might want to go on it, but Surge Wave on Funnick will be able to keep him safe. And actually waste some time from COZ in that jungle. And Scandal also is not in the mid lane right now. He had to go back all the way to base. Some people standing by, as we have got the Jakiro counterwarding that. I'm gonna just drink some water while we follow the Jakiro around. Smoke up. From the back though, here comes Santa. Stun first, gonna land up on CRZ. Skewer there, reverse polarity. Shockwave, CRZ dead. Here comes Santa. Can he get Go Black? It's his target. Yes, he can. That's a track kill going to 2 heroes from Virtus.pro. Here comes Weaver as well. And there's a disruption. Soul Catcher. Can they do more? Reverse polarity on cooldown, and they know it. Scandal trying to get away. Can still Skewer in 7 seconds. So will he be able to stay alive for 7 seconds? Is the question. Is not gonna be the case. Goes down to NS, and now Silent, level 5, will be able to get away from that one, but 2 kills going the way of Virtus.pro. A good counter gank there. I mean, they were ganked, but they were also the ganky. And they were able to counter gank better than Empire could gank. I mean, they still took down CRZ very securely, but they actually kind of maybe overcommitted, as in maybe slightly overkill with the reverse polarity being used there. But they just didn't want him to give a chance to give him. They didn't want to give him a chance to get away. But well, they paid for it. Magnus going down, and the only one actually surviving that encounter was Silent on his Sven. I mean, I like Sven as a support. Oh, wait a second, wait a second. Looks like Funnick is gonna be in some trouble. Gonna try to run away towards the tier 1 tower, but this is not his tier 1 tower. He is gonna be able to, well, just, no, he's gonna get a disruption. He gonna get some fire over the top of him, and the track kill goes out on 4 people. A lot of gold going the way of Virtus.pro again. And no help from his team gotten. Well, they were thinking about it, but they couldn't go in that far. In the meantime, top lane, free farm for Blow Your Brain upon Spectre. As we have, well, he's basically supposed to be the one that's supposed to be carried all later game, as we have got Weaver time-lapsing himself away from that combination. He can, of course, do that every single minute. And that's pretty short cooldown.
Denied.
Looks like Silent's gonna get some help. Here comes Funnick. Sun goes off, as well as the dust up on Santa. They want to get him. Can they get him though? Block's gonna go out. They leave him alone. Disruption gonna come in from the side. It comes in as Soul Catcher up on there as well. There goes the track. No more minus armor, but that doesn't matter. They are not even gonna try to kill it. Funnick will be safe again. We'll have to be very careful there. As in the meantime, Weaver, I mean, he's trying to get that farm up. He picked up his power threads, and he's got 2 assists. He hasn't died yet. He's got 52 last hit. Let's actually switch to net worth, because that's gonna be so more important right now. And look at that. Look at that gold net worth. That's this guy farming. like free farming heavily, getting a kill early on in the game already. Got 3k gold up on himself. It's very close towards that relic that he needs to get this Radiance up, and that will mean a difference. As soon as he has that Radiance up, we'll see him participate in those team fights. And one of the things that, I mean, we have seen so many combinations doing the same thing as this hero right here has a built-in ability to do, just like Morphling actually. I mean, we've seen it being done with the Keeper of the Light, we've seen it being done with the Wisp, but the main theory is farm and still be there for all the team fights. So basically, if you have a Wisp there, of course, you can farm and then have your Wisp hang around you the whole time. As we're gonna have Santa going for Mila here. Demonic Purge helping out, and he's probably ultimate as well, and it's Santa that picks up the kill. Here comes Candle though, wants to go for something. Shockwave going through. Now Santa gonna go up on him. Goblack coming in from the side as well as Funnick. Do they have a Dust Center word there? Reverse Polarity is as well. Is he in range? Yes he is. Dual Breath goes through. Santa goes down to the Dark Seer's Iron Shell. And they still get a kill from that, but it's only one kill that they get from that one. And then there's just a kill on the Bounty Hunter as CRZ is going to take some harassment here, flies himself away. Funnick able to do that. There goes a dagger. Ice Path hits on CRZ as well, and that's it. That's Blow Your Brain. Wants to go for it, gets it as well. Disruption still going off on Funnick, but the kill went to the Spectre, and that is something that you cannot have happening.
Middle tower is under attack.
If you're on the opposite side of the Spectre, that is. But the thing that I wanted to say earlier is that, I mean, that he didn't even need to use it that time, but the Haunt, if there is a team fight where he wants to be, he can just hunt and hunt himself in there because you can TP to one of your illusions. And that's of course the thing that a lot of the teams have tried to replicate with that Wisp that are TP into a fight, with the Keeper of Light being able to pull someone into a fight, those kind of things. And of course, I mean, Morphling had the same thing, though he had to have that off cooldown of course, and had to have an illusion hanging around there, as we have got a tower being picked up here. No, getting denied, nice deny for Santa, last two up on Funnick, score away from Scandal, gonna leave his teammate to hang. And that's gonna be a nice Sprout up. Sprout gets broken by the Firefly though, by the Flame Break, and that's still gonna be the Bed Driver picking him up. CRZ getting a track kill. And that is gonna be for the Night Tower that he died. Not really worth it. But yeah, this guy. Even though Empire might not be that on top of the game right now, it is gonna be so dangerous later on. And Virtus.pro knows that, so they know they can't make it too late. They know they can't make it too late, because otherwise that Spectre is just gonna run out of control and it's gonna snowball and it's gonna be terrifying. And personally, I have to say, I'm quite happy to see a Spectre in the game. And even though Spectre, I mean, the Spectre is a bit of the advocate slightly for farming metagame, because she needs a lot of farm. And even though I'm not that fan of that kind of metagame, I do like seeing Spectre in this game because she is something different. And we're gonna see if she's still gonna be the same Spectre as we remember it to. It's a bit of nostalgia, in a way. As we have got the Weaver coming towards the top lane. He is indeed going for Lincoln Sphere. And they are just making sure that Spectre's not going to be having a fun time farming here. 3-0-0 Virtus.pro. And they want to take down this tier 1 tower, which is the second last tier 1 tower still standing, as the mid tier 1 tower is actually still standing. Let's see if they want to defend it though. Yes they do. Ice Bet lets on Santa. Here comes Scandal. Shockwave going through. He has got the reverse polarity, but he doesn't really want to force it out, as Airman is just going to land some harassment up. 4 heroes of Virtus.pro coming here from the sidelines, looking for a last two. Perhaps they're also going to be Funnick though. The only one that's not going to be here is Fen and Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet can of course CP in. Ice Path not going to hit on anything. There's going to be Nature's Prophet also bouncing through Disruption here, and Soul Catcher up on Funnick, who's trying to go for a nest. Demonic Purge will help out, not being able to chase that one, as Santa not gonna get a skewer in the face, gets a shockwave instead though. Will be able to still take some damage, as Weaver still managed to pick off Blow Your Brain, and that is gonna be painful for them. Now CRZ on the way out. Funnick Flame Break helping out as well, but Funnick is just so much faster than him. Might be able to do something, as Spencer still hits an Airman. Reverse Polarity as well on the time lapse on cooldown. Disruption tries to save his life though, but it's not gonna be possible anymore, and that's gonna be a kill going to Empire. So carry for carry kill. And now, let's see what they're gonna do with... This is the wrong base for you. Boom, no TP. Scandal coming in, Shockwave, you're dead. And Blow Your Brain will just TP mid, because this is where the farm's at. But that was actually for Empire, I mean, it wasn't the greatest fight. They still lost their tower, but they got the carry in return. They got the Weaver down, even though they lost. They lost the tower, they lost the carrier. They got the Weaver, they got the Bat Rider, two very important heroes on the side of Virtus.pro. Though of course CRZ already has got his Blink Dagger, so that's already a pretty important item up on him. But they were able to slow down the Lincoln Sphere slightly there for the Weaver, so that's a slight win in there. Blurry Brain is just gonna be getting some harassment up on Blurry Brain. Santa is indeed. Santa himself is going for that Vanguard. Vanguard, what am I saying? Vladimir's also starts with a V. As we're gonna see Airman going for Scandal here. Let's see if he can do something. Shockwave going through. He has of course got the time lapse, so it can be a bit risky, but not that risky. Not that risky. It's a bit too risky. Santa coming in towards the top lane. Looks like he wants to go for silence. Sentry were being placed right there though. And the stun hits. Can he take him down? Here comes Phonic. Here comes the Demonic Purge helping out Silent. Lots of trouble for him. Track kill going to Virtus.pro, and Phonic decided, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. I'll just step out. As we see CRZ with Invisibility Rune, gonna find Goblag. The last two might help out. It's not even needed if he doesn't want to. And that's gonna be Goblag alive for now, but will still go down. Scandal up into the high ground, doesn't reach it. As it will be still a flame break. Scandal will still drop. And or will he? Or will he? Look at those heals. Reverse polarity. Hits him one Airman. Mechanism being used. That's a time lapse. He can stay alive, but Scandal cannot. 5 heroes here of Virtus.pro as the Haunt was used. But not doing that much yet, not with just a relic. He needs to have that Radiance up on there. But that is good fights going the way of Virtus.pro. Good fights indeed. And they are pulling ahead on the gold. They're going towards the 7,500 gold as the experience graph is just bouncing back and forth because that's the way it goes. Kills are bouncing back and forth. So the experience graph does the same thing there.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I really don't know about this voice. As we have got Silent again, a Demonic Purge up on him. He cannot get a break, and he already used his stun. Trying to get himself away, but no, Nature's Prophet Ultimate will kill him off. Track kill going away of Virtus.pro again.
Is under attack.
He sounds like he's a bit dumb. That's what Vladimir's completed up on the Bounty Hunter. But yeah, tier 1, tier 2 tower still dropped. That was that one that's standing right there. So tower is heavily in favor right now. Virtus.pro is the gold graph just spiking upwards. Experience graph, same thing right now because the last couple of fights have gone to Virtus.pro. So doing a great job indeed as well. As for the items, I mean, Radiance completed, so that will be something. I almost wanted to say we have seen it time and time again, and actually we have, but not lately, as Blow Your Brain is gonna get picked up again. Another track kill going the way of Virtus.pro. But I wanted to say is we've seen it time and time again. 6 months ago, maybe 9 months ago, 8 months ago, and at that point we saw Spectre just 4+1ing a long time ago. First his 4+1 with his teammates, the 4 taking on the entire team of the opponent team just to make sure that Spectre can get some farm, and then later on it turns around. Spectre 4-on-1ing teams. Spectre able to win teammates just like a anti-mage can do, can do, perhaps. But he needs the time. He needs the time. He has got the Radiance up, so that will help a lot in those fights. But as we've seen, he needs time. And is Virtus.pro gonna give that time is the question. And is Scandal with his reverse polarity gonna be able to buy that time otherwise? Because that's the thing that's gonna come down to. How long can they prolong this game? As he has the reverse polarity again as well as the Blink Dagger, so the initiation is there. Follow-up stun from Sven, Vacuum, Iron Shell. I mean, there's a lot that Empire can throw up on them. But that sounds bad. Can throw on them. Lincoln Spear completed up on the Weaver. So that's gonna be nice help in the next team fight, if there's gonna be one, because Empire might just try to dodge team fights since they realize they might not be in favor of team fights if they don't stage them themselves. We've got Goblag again being found inside the jungle. That's the last two up on Goblag, and that should be a track kill. Going the way of 3 heroes, a quick kill. It's Airman that picks up the kill. As we do have Demonic Purge again, Alpha Silent. That's our first polarity. Hits on 2. Shockwave going through Sven as well. Sven stun. That's another Skewer picks up, and Nesu goes down already. There is Blow Your Brain in the midst of all of this, getting surged away, but taking tons of damage still. It is flame break that won't reach him. Look at that speed. He should be able to get away. As long as Ironman is not going to chase this, he might be able to get this TP in from Ines, and they will be able to get him still. With the Nature's Prophet picking up the last hit, he's gonna pay for that, but if he does, that would be worth it. That would be so worth it. Darkseer is still picking up the kill, but killing off Loaded Rain constantly right now is the thing that Virtus.pro should be doing. He is not getting any extra time to farm, and he needs that time. He needs time, and it's not being given right now. He's got everybody of Virtus.pro ahead on gold, apart from the Spectre. Still, I mean, she's not doing bad based on farm, but like I said, she just needs a lot of farm. A lot of it, and she's just not getting it right now. 12k gold in favor of Virtus.pro, with about 7k gold in favor of or 5k right now experience story in favor of Virtus.pro. I mean, it was further ahead a moment ago, but that is of course also because the kills have gone to Empire a couple of times before this. As this tower is the last tier 2 still standing. Empire smoking up, looking to go for something here, looking to see if they can be picking off someone. That's a vacuum into an ice bath. Disruption Elf saves one, will save the other. Nobody has a time lapse, so he is just fine. Lasso up on Scandal, who goes down before the rest of the fight is continuing. Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through, and Airman just going through this and will be able to help get Funnick. He goes down, it's the second one. Necropire dual breath, but Godlike will still pay for that one. Double kill going the way of Crazy. And can they get more? Silent is still there, taking a lot of damage from that urn charge that's up on him, and it looks like Virtus.pro is not going to go for him anymore. They just want the tier 3 tower, tier 2 rather, and they will get it. With the Spectre, I mean, he's still alive, but what can he do? What can he do?
Dire's middle tower
He has got the Haunt up, he's got the Irradiance, but he just can't find the opening. He just needs more farm. Right now he's getting further and further behind, and even on gold he's no longer on in the top anymore, no longer in the top 4, which is now all the side of Virtus.pro. So the support, which is basically only the Shadow Demon, is the only one who is still left together with the rest of Empire. But Empire just not looking as highly farmed as Virtus.pro is right now, as we have Shadow Fiend building towards a 4-staff. We see that Virtus.pro KSI is going to go towards a Sheepstick. Already has his mechanism complete. Airman after his Lincoln Spear. We'll see what he goes for. It's got 2500 gold. Might still go for a Radiance. So we've got a 2800 gold up on the Bed Rider right here. So it's a pretty damn farmed Weaver. Okay, never mind me. He picks up a Demon's Edge, so might be going for an MKB. Just to make sure that he can fully attack the Spectre, of course.
Run.
And of course, well, just more damage, which is what they want, which is what they need. There's the reverse polarity up again, but they need to get that right initiation, and so far they haven't really found it just yet. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do it though. And as Frog said in the previous game, I mean, this is a game between two teams that are known for, I mean, Empire is known for their aggression, for their aggressive tri lanes, for their strong lanes, and building on top of that. What do they do when they don't have that laning advantage that they normally do? And how are they gonna get it back? Well, they're trying. But is it gonna be enough is the question. Are they gonna be able to stretch it long enough, or are they gonna be falling the same way as they have normally made teams fall opposed to them? Because that's the way it's looking right now. They were not able to get the lanes properly going for them. So it's gonna be Virtus.pro, and Virtus.pro did, obviously, then. So they're gonna be the ones on the different side of the board this time. I'm curious to see how they'll deal with that. If they can hold their own, if they can hold their peace. Until it's time for that Spectre to join in some massive team fights. And of course they saw also a previous game, as we saw as well. The team that has got the Magnus, as long as, or as soon as the team that is fighting against the Magnus is gonna try to push into the tier 3 towers, is gonna be having that Magnus standing around there to reverse polarity and counter team fight basically. They're in a good spot. We've seen Virtus.pro doing it in the previous game, and it worked out, at least for a couple of fights. Of course, I mean, in the end, we do know that Empire took game number 1, so it's not that ideal. But it is possible. We've seen it being possible. And in the meantime, I mean, Virtus.pro, they're basically giving the time that Empire needs to them right now. They're not forcing anything out. I think they are considering, well, we are ahead right now, So what we're gonna do, instead of trying to budge our heads against a wall that might not budge, or bump our heads into a wall that might not budge rather, we're gonna try to stay ahead. Just by farming, just by taking over control of the jungle. They have got wards, of course, in the dire jungle, so they've taken control there as well. It's Empire. They've smoked up. They got looking for something to go. They blink on CRZ. They want to get him. He is very mobile, though. Has got a blink and a force staff. We'll use both. And stun still hits. No, it won't. Disruption being there. Shockwave still going through. Looks like Ines is still going to be the target to drop. As from the side Santa comes. Can they get him, though? Do they have a dust? Blink in. Last two CRZ gonna put Scandal up the high ground. Ice Bath and Skewer away can help him out. The reverse polarity hits on one only. Santa popping his BKB slightly too late. Dual breath still going through as Scandal coming back into fight. Vacuum Shockwave. CRZ locked inside an Ice Bath will go down as Bound Childer drops as well. What a fight for Empire. Gem of True Sight drops on the floor, and that's gonna be Empire. I mean, yes, they lose 2 heroes. They lost Sven as the last one still around here, but they pick up 3 heroes on the side of Virtus.pro. Though I have to say, if you look at the combination of heroes, I mean, they didn't pick up the Weaver, and Weaver actually wasn't really in that fight. So they won a fight 4 versus 5, I believe, which is not really that big of an accomplishment. No, I'm not 100% if Blow Your Brain actually was in that fight. He picked up a vitality booster, by the way, so it's gonna go for heart most likely, as he wants to be that not to kill carry. I will almost want to say hard to kill, but he just wants to be not killable. Is that simple? Sorry, there goes some water again. As looks like Virtus.pro, they realize that they might be running out of time, so they're gonna push some on the bottom lane. It's only 3 heroes here though. With Weaver's sentry ward going down already, as the tier 3 tower has already dropped. Here comes Sven. Can he get it? Actually launches his stun up on the target that's actually already in the disruption. They find Airman though. They have got the Gem of True Sight. No save. Ice Bath. He goes down before the time lapse is actually already used. Never mind. He pops the Aegis. Macropyre in the midst of all of that, trying to Shukushi himself away. Here comes Santa. BKB on. Wants to go for Scandal. Mechanism being used. Track on there, and that's gonna be silent, being locked inside a Sprout. Can't do anything with that god strength of his. As a vacuum hits on 3, can they still go for something? The Haunt's already on cooldown. Tracks going off left and right. There goes the stun, still hits. Gets dodged rather. Tracks going off even more so. And there's a blink in, and the last 2 up on silent, down to the low ground with you, and that's gonna be silent. Already picked up so fast. Phonic being locked inside or being, well, whoa, reverse polarity up on 3, Scandal coming to town. He got himself a kill on an S as the Airman still dropped, and now Scandal drops as well. Phonic trying to get himself away, will be able to do so. KSI not as lucky, getting dropped down by Spectre, who's gonna go down to Crazy in turn. Shurkatos still hits on Goblak as he's trying to get himself away. And may I just remind you that a lot of the kills that are happening right now for the side of Virtus.pro are actually track kills, as we have Crazy trying to get himself away. He's very low on HP, will try to fly himself up into the high ground and perhaps TP out, as he's indeed going to be doing that. In the meantime, barracks are still standing. Looks like Empire successfully warded off that encounter. They still might try to go for KSI. There's Phonic who's going to surge up on Goblak, but the TP out from KSI is going to be first. And they think he's still there, but they didn't see him TP out. Okay, why on the minimap does it look like there's a Greevil walking here? You can see it. It's a white Greevil. What's going on? It's a hidden Greevil. I'm gonna find out. It's gonna die soon. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. No, it's not. Awkward. Okay, sorry. That's me being awkward also. But yeah, we have a Ghost Scepter up on Phonic. Together with the mechanism that we already saw, of course. So he's at least able to stay alive against the harassment from that Weaver, of course. The one thing that you can do. We have got Scandal, who's got himself the Gem of True Set that he picked up from Virtus.pro. He's got himself a Blink Dagger that he's using now to counter ward up the high ground. And of course he picked himself up an Ultimate Orb. So curious to see what he's going to go for with that one, as we have got a Courier in a lot of trouble. Bam! He's dead.
Courier has been slain.
Hello, Ines. Happy hunting season for you, I guess. So far, so good. So we've got Airman. He's got himself an MKB. So that will definitely help out there. There's some naked barracks standing here ready to take down, and they want to try to split push this. They're gonna come in from the middle lane, they're gonna come in from the bottom lane, and they just want to get the barracks. They do not want to force out a team fight, especially not since they know that the reverse polarity is still up, and the team fight potential from Empire is still just very there. As we have 20k gold in favor of Virtus.pro, which is a lot of gold, I have to say. But it's not as much as you might expect from the way this game is going. Purely because of the team fight that's there on Empire. As the experience graph itself, it doesn't show it as much. It is 10k, still in favor of Virtus.pro. Look at this. Just slowly but steadily picking off on these barracks. And he can do that, but no backdoor protection. All the creeps are in the base. Creeps are pushing in the base top as well. As we have, I mean, Blow Your Brain, he's still farming. He actually, I do think there might have been something in the courier from him, because he has a lot, not as much gold as I thought they would have. And that's gonna be Airman, Ice Path, Airman, trouble goes down! As we do have Santa trying to TP himself out, does not want to be here anymore. Is he gonna be able to do that? Yes, he is! And in the meantime, it is CRZ trying to get himself away with a lasso up on Spectre, though. That might not be the one that you wanted to lasso away with. Dagger will get the kill! And that's Blow Your Brain TPing back home. Wants to go towards the top lane because he doesn't want to lose the tier 3 tower there, as that was indeed a split push. But nice fighting from Empire, I have to say. I mean, Virtus.pro a bit hesitant on going in. They really didn't know what they wanted to be doing. They still, I mean, if they continued picking off on those melee barracks with those Gemini attacks, those melee barracks probably would have dropped. But no can do this time. No can do this time. They do take down a bit of HP on the tier 3 as well. I say a bit of HP, but it's actually quite a lot, actually. Yeah, that it is. As we have, by the way, Bounty Hunter. He is looking very dangerous right now. Look at the net worth on the side of Virtus.pro. We have got, of course, I mean, this is the hard carry, the Weaver. That's, of course, dead right now. But he is on par with the Bounty Hunter as well as with the Nature's Prophet. So he is doing amazingly well, as the Nature's Prophet. And I mean, look at the farm being spread out on Virtus.pro. I mean, okay, yes, it's 20k gold in favor, right? So that is definitely good. What a way of putting that one. But it is an impressive amount of farm of Santa. And of course, I mean, the kills that have happened, the exchanges that have happened are with those track kills going the way of Virtus.pro, and they even have more kills. So a lot of those kills have been track kills. But overall, getting very dangerous. I'm kind of still waiting for Empire's massive team fight coming together, though. Like we have seen a couple of times where 3 heroes were in the reversed polarity, and the vacuum was there into ice paths a couple of times as well. But Courier, did you have something? Did you have something? The heart's actually complete right now, so he did have something. But I'm still waiting for Empire's team fight with the brilliant reverse polarity, Svensson, Macropyre, Vacuum, everything. I want everything. I want the whole shebang. Go for it, Empire. At the same time, I would love to see game number 3. And I hope that you do too. As the haunt goes off, they just want to know where everybody is. I mean, it's not really to go in for a team fight. They just want to make sure that they know where the entire team is. As we have got... Oh, Shadow Demon. And that's gonna be cute. He's gonna be going down as a demonic Persil hits some Blow Your Brain. Surge up though. Is there gonna be a lasso? Yes, there is. CRZ jumping backwards. Scooter after him though. They want to get him. Shockwave going through. That reverse polarity, by the way, was cancelled. Just in case you were wondering, as Bat Rider, is he still gonna go down? Yes, he is. Double kill going the way of Blow Your Brain. Santa, trouble. Very much trouble. He might actually drop your Blow Your Brain. Triple kill. And that's gonna be KSI on the way out. Locks himself as out of Sprout, but the vacuum will change that one around. The silent will still get dropped by Airman. KSI dropping as well, though. No ultra kill going the way of Blow Your Brain. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That was an ultra kill from Blow Your Brain. And hello, tier 1 tower. And that is gonna be a tier 1 tower. Is he gonna go down? There is no back to protection, but they need to defend their barracks, and that's what they're gonna be doing, because the lane is pushing in, and Blow Your Brain will take the farm there. But what a fight going the way of Empire, and that was all with the Haunt, with the initiation there, creating mayhem and chaos in Virtus.pro lineup. They were backing off at different locations, and they got out one out of position. That was, of course, the Shadow Demon that was going down first. And then we had, of course, the Bat Rider coming in, thinking he might be able to save his teammate, but coming in a bit too late. Still got a lasso, dragging back Spectre together to his teammates. But then there was Scandal, and his mobility is so high. Look at that, he's got a Blink Dagger and a Skewer, of course, as well. He was able to be there, and it was actually the Bat Rider that went down with a double kill going from Blow Your Brain. And Blow Your Brain, he got an ultra kill. That was a team wipe on the side of Virtus.pro. And not even a team fight because it was a team fight, because I have to say it wasn't really a team fight, was it? Didn't really look like a team fight. It was just picking off heroes one by one as Virtus.pro just sending the heroes one by one. We got 2,600 gold up on this Spectre, and this is starting to look like the Spectre that we're used to. Radiant side will still pick up the Aegis. It's actually Airman picking up the Aegis. Hunt being used. They want to try to go for this, finding Bedrider all by himself, and they're going to go on him. It's going to be Silent, it's going to be here, and he will help out pick up the kill, but it's Funny that gets the gold for it. In the meantime, it's going to be Blurry Brain, might be in trouble, gets turned into a piglet. That is his Sheepstick ready. Mechanism helping out, but he still goes down. Buys back though, wants to be a reverse polarity, only hits on one. Santa going to be the target, getting stunned up. And there goes Ghost Strength as well. Stun still hits with the BKB not being able to be long enough. Buyback also from Santa as they're trying to go for Airman. And there goes the time lapse, and he's gonna be invisible by himself with Shikushi and running away. As we have two heroes being picked up by Virtus.pro, one hero being picked up by Empire, but it happens to be Blurry Brain. They still want to go for this though. They want to go for Airman. Can they get it though? Funny getting himself away, chasing him down again because he finds that he has help from his teammates. Airman still getting the dagger up on him, and they're thinking about chasing him down, but they know that they've been spotted. With all the trains being there from the Nature's Prophet as Santa. Do they still have the Gem of True Sight? No, not needed, not needed. Ice Path misses though, Surge away, Gem of True Sight actually upon Funnick. They want to get him. Blink forward, Skewer as well. Skewer helps miss the vacuum though, which is a bit sad, so he will be able to get away. And by the way, that was indeed a 5-second BKB. Stun still hitting up on Santa. They cannot go for it though, or can they? As we have KSI TPing in, getting Silent into a piglet form. Doesn't have mana to throw out another stun. Will be locked inside by the Treants. As we have Blurry Brain in a lot of trouble as well. He was disrupted. Looks like he might be going down as well. Trying to, of course, run away. Ice Path helping up, but Airman, he's just too fast. He gets the kill. And this is looking for good for Virtus.pro again. As Scandal screws himself away. But he is going to be safe. But what about his barracks? What about his barracks? Airman just going to town on the creep wave right here. Might be trying to backdoor some of the barracks, but he doesn't have to backdoor very long because here comes the creep wave, and then we'll make sure that there's not going to be any backdoor needed. Ice Pad hitting up Airman, Macropyre as well. Airman, there goes the time left. And Esset actually drops down. It's Funny that still got put in the last two. We'll be able to get away from that one though. 4-step forward. There goes the reverse polarity, and that was actually Airman going down. Now Crazy, can he stay alive? For now he can, as he kills off Funnick, he kills off the Magnus. He is staying alive. KSI coming in here as well. Buyback from Funnick. They need to defend this. Funnick back in here, getting tracked up. Vacuum up on Santa, and he looks ready to drop here, and he does. And he does go down. CRZ's still alive in all of this, surprisingly, and that's gonna be Sven going down again, and the melee barracks drop as well. First barracks to drop inside the game. And all heroes in Empire are actually down right now as the TP comes, because they need to get more barracks from this. They need to take advantage from this team wipe that they've created. And they're gonna go for the tier 3 tower. Pretty secure. It looks like we might be seeing a game number 3 if Empire cannot get back on their feet quite soon, as the tier 3 tower mid also gets taken down. Santa as well as Crazy wanted to take down these barracks, and Tusker is just talking and talking and talking. Oh, and the moment that I stop, he actually stopped talking. Well, that's a shame. It was actually, yeah, here he goes. Blurry Brain went up, wants to go for KSI, gets turned into a pickle though, and is not going to be able to do anything anymore as the ranged barracks are still going to get some harassment from Santa. Disruption upon Blurry Brain. Ice Path not hitting on Santa because his BKB is there, but it's only 5 seconds. Can they still do something? He is invisible. They cannot do anything anymore. And they need to stop that from happening, as in the meantime, Sven is able to clear out the creep wave from the bottom lane, but that is the one set of racks down completely on the side of Empire, and the half gone on the middle lane. And I mean, look at the map for a second, and I mean, it feels quite even now for me, at least. It feels like Empire still has a chance at this because their team fights have been quite good, and of course their Spectre has been quite farmed up right now, so it's making a big difference. Especially with that Empower up on her. But if you look at the map, you see all tier 2 towers still standing. You even see 2 tier 1 towers still standing on the side of Virtus.pro. Oh, Lasso upon a sheep, upon a piglet rather. Nice reverse polarity. Skewer only gets one though, because disruption up on one, and its Candle actually already goes down. Airman in the midst of all of this. He's got 2,300 gold. Now goes to work on Goblak. Will be able to get him. No escape there. Double kill for him as his Nature's Prophet still goes down to blow your brain. Sun still hits up on 2 here, but the melee barracks still drop. And Santa and Airman, they just want to go for these ranged barracks, and Blow Your Brain cannot do anything. The GG will play goes out. It is Empire that loses game number 2, so we will see a game number 3. Game number 3 is needed because Virtus.pro took game number 2, Empire taking game number 1. So one deciding game to decide which one of these two teams is going to be going to the winners bracket finals and which one of these two teams is going to have to face the lower brackets finals, which will be, spoiler alert, between Fnatic and the loser of this one, with the winners bracket going to Fnatic, what am I saying, to Navi and the winner of this one. Fnatic, of course, losing this afternoon and Navi winning this afternoon. So let's just see who we're going to see there as, well, my name is Sheever. I'm a Ghost Gamers caster, although for this weekend you'll be seeing me as a StarLadder caster. And if you want to support me, and then you can do so by subscribing to my YouTube or follow me on Twitter. It's both on the same name, it's both SheeverGaming, as, well, that's basically it. So, stick around, because I'm sure you want to know game number 3 coming up in a moment.